and welcome to Modern Toy Fair News, the weekly show that talks about toys. I am your host, Mr. Modern Toy Fair, and I am joined once again by the long lost wife of YouTube, the man who founded the Neca Illuminati, Mrs. Modern Toy Fair, Jamar underscore Games. How are you this week, Jamar?
I'm good, man. It's good to be back. I can't believe it's been that long and you forgot the intro, and it's okay. It's okay. You
No,
forgot
I
all about me.
changed it a little bit there, but I didn't change it in
Yeah,
the show sheet. So I was on the fly there trying to come up with clever things to say, and I got
that's
a little because I'm so used to the normal flow of the man who started the Neck Illuminati,
oh,
the
now
YouTube
I heard
wife,
it.
Mrs. Modern Toy Fair, where versus I flipped it. So when I got to Neck Illuminati, I was like the
You're like,
YouTube wife. I'm like I already said that. So
I heard it now. I heard it now.
yeah.
Well, I did. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's good to be back. We had a nice live stream
Oh my
on
god,
Wednesday,
that was a
which is
wild
fun.
time. So yeah,
Which is fun.
go
If
check
you
that
guys
out.
didn't watch that out, just definitely watch that in the VOD. And yeah, it's been good. I feel like I got a lot of energy since I haven't been recording for a couple weeks. But it's only been really one extra week that I wasn't here, so it's not like that long,
True,
you know.
but it
So
feels longer because you've been gone for 2 weeks straight. So you've got a lot of that
that's true.
pent up toy
Oh
frustration,
yeah,
and
I
we
do.
are
And I
that is what we are
tell you
here
what.
to satisfy is all that pent up toy frustration. So this week we're doing things a little bit differently. It's still going to be very news oriented. However, instead of covering, the pre Comic Con like news stories of things that are trickling out, we're going to go over what exclusives have been announced for next week. Because next week's going to start Comic Con week, and then the following week we're going to
Yeah,
have all the stuff that like came after we record. So I figure why not? We're gonna have to talk about the exclusives one way or the other, and it's just easier because there's a lot of them to do an entire show dedicated to it versus trying to still cram in the news. 'Cause we'd be here for 2.5 hours, and you would tune out after like 10 minutes anyway. So let's just cut to the chase. But
save you some time, save us some time.
but we are going to start a way that we normally don't do, and that is without Mcfarlane, somewhat.
Uh-huh.
They are still kind of tied into the story, but not really. So, Target already started the party off with last week with their Comic Con announcements, basically by bringing back old exclusives alongside some new exclusives here and there. So this week we did get a handful of different things. The most notable are the reissues of the Marvel Legends Retro Gambit, Rogue, Negative Spider-Man, and Cyborg Spider-Man, which I guess I should actually. And then they also put up pre-orders for the Target exclusive McFarlane DC Retro Batman 66 figures with the Batcave and Batmobile and the three figures in the line, the Batman, Robin, and Joker. As we record, the Marvel Legends are still all available. However, the Batman 66 items, the only thing left is the Batcave at this time. The others just say coming soon. So no word on if they're going to do a second wave of pre-orders, but these also should be hitting stores. As of right now, the Legends ship in September, and the Batman stuff is supposed to be hitting 2 weeks from now, the last week of July. So we'll see if those ship, if those hit stores, what happens here the final week of July. But I'm I'm kind of on the fence about this whole Target Con thing because I feel like it's a big slap in the face to poorly stock your website and your shelves for a year of exclusives to the point where collectors want to burn your stores down every time they hear the word Target exclusive. And then you'd be like, hey, here's all the stuff that you probably bought on eBay for 3 times the price because you couldn't find it in store, and we didn't offer pre-orders that didn't get restrictions, so they just got bought up by bots. Like, oh yeah, Mr. Target.
but I mean, in a way, it's kind of a sorry we fucked up. Here you go again. So I guess it depends on how you look at it, how you look at life. You know, half glass full or empty. Which way you kind of sway positive or negative on this Target thing. I like it. I wish it was more. Did they say anything else of like,
I mean, there's a
hey, we're
lot of stuff
bringing?
they've been doing. I mean, this is like 5 days a week, so they take the
Oh,
weekends
okay,
off,
okay,
but Monday through Friday, every day, new re-release or new pre-order like goes up.
that's cool.
And they've done things from like they had some Star Wars Black Series with the deluxe Mandalorian that came with the child. They had some, I think they had the Thomas Wayne Batman from the Mcfarlane DC Universe stuff in there. There's some Funko Pops that went up, a few things here and there. Nothing. I
Yeah.
mostly just kind of shows the things that really stood out. That like the
Oh
Marvel
yeah.
Legends, that was a big deal. People were really excited about Rogue and Gambit, and they were hard to find. And then of course people were super excited about this retro classic TV series Batman '66 line. So I wanted to kind of touch on the fact that hey, those pre-orders went up, and they went fast because like within a, I feel like it was maybe within a day and a half, uh,
Oh, there.
they were gone. The Batmobile was gone that morning that it went up, which was surprising that
Yeah.
sold
I
out
mean,
before the figures.
if we can kind of direct towards the Batman stuff now, that kind of almost worries me. But then again, how do we know how many pre-orders they were actually taking or whatnot? But foolish me, I didn't think this was gonna be like insane. Gimme, 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 gimme. But that's also probably very foolish of me to believe that. So hopefully it's not, impossible to find in stores or in on shelves. So
Well, the wild thing is they actually did restrict the orders, so it was supposed to be limited, like one or two of each thing per customer, depending on the item. Obviously, there's ways around it, but
yeah, and they
it
only
doesn't
had
seem like
10.
the turtle bullshit where it fucking sold out instantly because spots and stuff. It felt a little more natural, like it was actually the supply and demand were a little too close together, and because of
Yeah,
that, well, actually, they weren't
yeah, that's
close at
fine.
all. The supply was low and the demand was high because I know quite a few people who missed out.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, was it more of a supply issue for the reason it sold out so fast, or is it just really that much demand? But I guess we'll find out. We'll see what happens when these start hitting the shelves in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I am curious to see if they actually do hit shelves.
Couple weeks. Yeah.
Because I mean, I expect to see them in store. Because McFarlane's pretty good about stocking. It's just depending on how a Target's going to do about it. Because they don't have a whole lot of space left to add an entire new line in there. Like the McFarlane line is already pretty cram packed in that little like section that they get.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see like what gets snuffed out to make room for this, if anything, or if they're just like,
They can
nope, we
move
got
some of
got to
those
make it fit.
move some of those 1984 Wonder Woman figures that's still on the
I was gonna
shelf.
say some of the Shang-Chi 80s.
Yeah. No,
Sorry,
can't touch those. Can't touch those. The movie
sorry,
hasn't come out
Hasbro.
yet. The movie hasn't come out yet.
She'll be clearanced
Okay.
out before that movie hits. I'm calling it now. I don't care what anyone says. Oh man. Uh, Jesus. Moving on though, so joining in on the re-release fun, Neca decided to give Turtle fans a little treat by playing hero and putting up the TMNT Disguise 4-pack and the first Frogs 2-pack for pre-order on necastore.com for 2 weeks, implying that these will probably be made to order like all the other ones because there's no release date or ship date in there. Um, so it's supposed to run from start on the 14th, which means it should run till the 28th. So if you missed out on these and you haven't suffered the consequences of going to eBay, hit that up before those 2 weeks is up.
Yeah.
It sucks that you'll have to wait till probably next year to get them, but at least you'll get them because let's face it, at this point, if you haven't found them in store, you're not finding them in store because my store, 2 waves now, hasn't gotten any. So there was a huge misstep with the distribution this time around with these, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean it. The only thing that bums me out about this is again releasing something that has caused so many, trips to empty-handed to Target, so much disappointment, so much overspending, and like a lot of people would just say, "Well, that's your fault," you should search for it. But one thing that I would love from NECA to do, and this would cure a lot of our pain, is just say that, hey, this is gonna be something in the future. Like if granted, this has kind of now become a trend because it's been multiple like releases that have become now on the Neca store. But it would have been great to just be like, hey, calm down, guys. If you can't get it, we will eventually get it. You're not going to be like left out there in the cold forever. That would be nice to know before you drop, like $300 or something like that on these.
I 100% agree. Like, I feel like at this point, it almost feels to me like they are inflating that secondary market to try to make their product more desirable. And that's just how it comes off. Like,
it seems crummy.
Yeah, like, because it's just to a point where they could, like, they can't even claim, oh, it'll hurt our business at Target. No, it won't, because guess what? These have always been made to order. You always have to wait 12-ish months, 6 to 12 months to get your order from them. So people were still going to go to Target and try to find them in person first before they resort to doing the pre-orders. And if you announce the pre-order is going to be 3 months after release date, it's not going to affect Target at all then, because at that point, Target's not carrying it anymore. So this whole bullshit of, oh, they're hitting stores, guys. Oh, don't worry, we'll stock them, but we're not going to tell you there's pre-orders for sure because we don't want to make you not go search for them.
Yeah,
like,
I get it. Like, buy them at Target. If you can't find it, we're gonna take care of you guys.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all.
It's simple.
Yeah,
there's thousands of people out there who spent $300 to $400 on this fucking set.
Yeah,
and
some people might have bought 3 sets.
Yeah,
because they bought one online and found it in the store and
twice
had to sell it for a loss and then buy it for someone else. We don't want to talk about that, but still, yeah, just like a heads up would be so much appreciated. But I also love that they're doing this, and at this point we should just kind of expect this now, right?
We should, but with NECA, they're so unreliable that the second that you're like, oh yeah, it'll go for pre-order, I don't have to worry, it won't, and then the prices will skyrocket even more. I mean, look at the figures last year that people were like iffy about. April O'Neil by herself, without the battle damaged foot soldier, sells for $90 on eBay. That's almost double retail of the 2-pack for one of the worst NECA turtle figures out there.
Whoa, ouch. Well, I mean, I appreciate you throwing that to me for a cost.
Yeah.
Your way of bringing that up, I appreciate it.
But I'm just saying in general, like, everyone talked shit about her, and I mean, granted, she still sold out because that was back when they only did like 2 per store, so it was a lot harder to get. But like, that figure is worth $90 when it was a figure that people were like, oh, she's too short, oh, her hair looks funny, oh, her face looks derpy, oh, this, oh, that, she can't stand her own because she's got itty-bitty little, like, pig feet.
That's still true.
Like, all the shit people talked about that April O'Neil figure, and it's $90. So if you sit there and assume, oh, I don't need to panic because NECA will put up pre-orders, that's the moment that they won't, and then you sit there and you have to pay 3 times the cost of a figure because they just couldn't communicate it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It seems like with NECA, it's just all about communication. Okay, that's it. If you
guys it's really all about like trying to get praise for problems they cause. That's all it is at this point. They don't.
It always like comes back around to that when we talk about NECA.
Yeah, so. It 100% is always just they create the problem because they don't work with Target to get more on shelves, and then they try to champion it and be like, hey guys, we know that it's been 3 months and we didn't tell you anything. Here it is for pre-order at cost. Like,
damn it.
Like, I try so hard to like NECA. I try so hard to defend Randy and all the shit he gets. But my God, it's difficult. So hard. Like, it's like harder. If someone just punches you in the dick over and over again and you still try to like be like, oh, well, you know what? I probably deserved it.
It was an accident.
He slipped and his fist just full on right in the balls. Like,
we're still friends.
Yeah, he's still the best man in my wedding. Like, come on, guys, it was an accident. Yeah, I probably can't have kids now because it's been like 37 times. But come on, it wasn't on purpose. I'm sure it wasn't malicious.
No. Yeah, that's funny. Well, kind of going on par with the punching people in the dick.
Yeah.
So yeah, one up for you.
Yeah, I did. Speaking of punching people in the dick, if you watched last night's Wednesday night weekly purchases, Well, I guess 2 nights ago if you're watching this on Friday, because we record on Thursday. So yeah, if you watched Wednesday at Weekly Purchases live on twitch.com/Modern Toy Fair, you would have seen that I got the Books A Million exclusive Battle Damaged Johnny Lawrence from Icon Heroes. If you didn't, pause this video right fucking now and go to twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair and watch that, because it was a fucking blast from start to finish. That was the most fun I've had on this show ever. But Icon Heroes announced a SDCC exclusive 4-pack of the Karate Kid Cobra Kai team featuring Kreese, Bobby, Dutch, and Tommy to round out your Cobra Kai team. These will be available on iconheroes.com on July 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for $140. Oh, fuck me.
Wow. Well, just to point out, I didn't just have a stroke. I was paused because, you know, if you pause it, just for someone watches the video. And like,
okay, I thought you were making fun of the fact that, you know, Nate has a habit of like staring at his phone or staring at a toy while we talk, and then we're like, is he still there? Did he freeze? Did he turn his tablet off?
Pause. I was like about to say something, and they hit pause, and now they watched it. Now they're back. But yeah, holy hell, man, $140. But damn, this is so super cool. If you really are getting down the real rabbit hole here with the Karate Kid, what does this do for you, Mike?
Nothing. I don't need it at all.
I thought maybe it changed your mind because you read it.
No, not at all. This if I would have been interested in this, that would have been a huge punch in the dick to see that price tag. I think it's cool because, you know, it's great that you can round out the rest of the team at the tournament. It's especially like if you're a hardcore Karate Kid fan, there's not a lot of merch. Hell, if you're a Cobra Kai fan, you can't even buy the Blu-ray of season 1 and 2 and 3 or any of that shit. Like it's DVD is the best you can get. So like merch for Karate Kid fans is real low. So to be able to be like, hey, I have Johnny, I have Daniel's son, I have the entire Cobra Kai team. The only thing missing at this point is Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is this not a weird time to bring this up? But like, couldn't that have been a part of like this? You know, like the Comic Con.
I mean, that might be something. It could be one of two things. It could be something that they're working on for an exclusive at maybe either NYCC or another convention or something like that. Or it could be, you know, calendar store exclusive.
No. It's going to be Reader's Digest exclusive. That's what it is.
It's TV Guide exclusive. You have to...
TV Guide exclusive. TVGuide.com exclusive.
No, you have to actually buy TV Guide, and you have to, like, get the order form out of the back and send it in.
It's a Build-A-Figure.
I will say, these are cool. Obviously, a lot of reuse. It's you know, three
Almost.
of the same body with a different head, and then you've got Kreese.
Yeah.
I do really like the Johnny Lawrence that I have, but again, I'm just like, I don't think I need the whole team, because Karate Kid's, you know, decent movie. It's enjoyable. My main love for it comes from Cobra Kai though, because Cobra Kai, probably the best like streamable series out there. If you're not watching it, you need to watch it. Like it's fantastic. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting the 3-pack of Johnny, Kreese, and Daniel San for Comic Con from Diamond Select. So I want a young Johnny to go with it. Well, they had a battle damaged one. I'm like, fuck, why not? Yeah, it's a cool set. It's great if you know, especially if you can like set up a nice little like ring mat like area and have them on the sidelines. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I figure Miyagi's either coming as some sort of oblong exclusive to some random place, or they're having troubles getting his estate to like give them the licensing right.
That's what I'm saying. In all seriousness, that's probably more what it is getting his like license or likeness is what I meant to say together. But yeah, I think I would be like more persuaded into that just out of the funniness of the fandom of the Karate Kid. But personally, I'm just waiting for when they make the Jaden Smith figure. You know,
Jesus. Only if he comes with Jackie Chan, but it has to be like, you know, old man, homeless looking Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh man. Moving
Archie
on
happy I'm
though.
back.
What?
I said Archie happy I'm back.
Yeah, it's always a good time. And since he got jealous last night, I'm sure everyone's missing Nate right now.
That's true. I was actually just thinking that, like, man, I miss Nate. Sorry, Nate. I do
Jesus.
miss you though.
Fuck. Moving on though to some stuff that Nate would probably be excited about, and that
Indeed.
is Hasbro, who announced more PulseCon exclusives. First, with Star Wars Black Series, we are getting a Power of the Force Cantina Showdown playset, which includes Dr. Ivazan, Ponda Baba, and Obi-Wan Kenobi with the Cantina bar diorama pieces, followed by the Black Series Trapper Wolf. And then for the vintage collection, we're getting the Emperor Throne Room, which includes the Emperor, his throne, the big ass space window, and Force lightning effects. And then for G.I. Joe fans, the classified line is getting a PulseCon exclusive Master of Disguise Zartan figure with color changeability. We will get more info, though, on those as we get closer to fall when PulseCon takes place.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot there. I want to start with the Cantina, though, because that is probably one of the coolest fucking things they have ever made.
I have to agree, man. Like, one of probably like the coolest things of Star Wars, right? Is just the recognizable music, right? The score is just hands down just amazing, right? But almost everyone has like little cantina bar song like music, and that's just so cool. And then this little playset of it is just it's fucking adorable, but also rad at the same time. That's really cool.
Yeah, I 100% agree. One thing that people have pointed out that on the box, on the back of it, it reads something along the lines of like it connects with other playsets, which is starting rumors of people being like, "Oh, so are we gonna get, a full on like you build a
Like
cantina?"
Bill,
Like how
ooh,
fucking dope would that be to be
that'd
able
be
to
really
like
cool.
you've got Han and Greedo in the corner in one
Yeah.
set, you've got Luke chilling at the bar with the big motherfucker who's like he doesn't like you and like, yeah, it'll be
Dude, that sounds awesome.
especially with all of them with these sexy ass Power of the Force boxes. Gets me every time.
Yeah, that's super super dope. But the Emperor in front of his
Yeah.
lightning effects, like that seems fucking cool. I need to see this like in actual motion and whatnot. Like I want to see it like doing its thing.
What
You know
what
what I mean?
what do you?
Like the effects.
The effects are just the rubber lightning pieces that go on his hands.
Oh man, I just got really excited. Oh, I guess I'll change my underwear. I
I'm really.
thought because of the way this looks, I thought that it would have like in the background, like it looked like the like Flash. That's what I thought.
Oh
Not
no no.
actual lightning from it, but like
Well, no,
light.
I know
I
what
don't
you.
know.
I get what you mean now. Like you thought
Yeah,
that the backdrop like lit up or something to imply
give me
lightning,
something. Yeah,
which I mean, I don't think there's lightning in space. I don't know how that would.
not outside, but like if it. Nah, never mind. I
Are you
guess
talking like a
I'm.
strobe light to make it look like he's shooting lightning?
Yeah, like a effect to the back. Because if you look at this, and now that I look at it more, I can tell it's just like the Photoshop background that it's on. But the
Yeah.
light from behind it, it looks like it's giving off a light. And I'm like, oh shit, that like fucking flashes. That's dope as shit. But yeah,
No, that's
that's not the
100% just a
case.
photoshopped background. Um, uh,
Still cool,
it is still
but like
really
yeah, it's
cool.
not as cool
Um,
as I thought.
I think my two biggest gripes about this is one, it's vintage collection. I saw it, I got
Well,
so excited.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, I need this. It's like if it's 6-inch scale, like this is fucking dope as hell. And then it ended up being vintage, and I'm like, okay, I don't need it. And then my second gripe is I feel like they should have like instead of just lazily doing some like paint splatter stars for the background, I feel like they should have had like the ships fighting. 'Cause when in that scene, when Luke's standing next to him, and he's
yeah,
like, "Look at your friends fail to fight me. Join me and kill your father." Like they're watching the space battle in the background, and I feel like you
yeah.
should have seen some like laser beams, some itty bitty ships and stuff. Like I'm sure there's someone out there who's going to paint that shit on there or print another piece and like replace it.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a missed opportunity there, but it's still really fucking cool. I had my hopes up because they did the Emperor in the Throne for Black Series, but it was, I think, Amazon exclusive, and it sold out, and now it's like a couple $100. So I'm like, well, never getting that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
really fucking cool. The Zartan figure, I don't know who this character is. Not a Joe fan, unfortunately. Our resident Joe fan is off this week. Um,
Yeah.
but I do know I've seen the regular version in stores, and the difference just in what you get is pretty impressive. Because I think the regular version comes with like 2 different faces, and then you get like a gun and then the hood. Where this one looks like you get 3 or 4 faces, the hood. You get a bunch of different weapons, and then also his skin changes color, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. That is neat. I guess I thought the same thing. Like, okay, well, I've seen the one in the store, but yeah, those I don't think it has all those faces, so that's
Yeah, it just comes
cool.
with like a briefcase that has like one face in it, and then it's got the one
Yeah.
that's on there. But I think that's it. Um, but yeah, so
I need
it's
to know
pretty
some
stacked.
lore behind this. Maybe next time I talk to Nate, he can fill me in because it's kind of creepy. He just got,
Well,
everyone's
I mean,
faces.
let's face it. He's gonna order this.
Oh
So
yeah,
next
we'll see
February,
that
when it
on.
arrives, we can ask him on weekly purchases,
There we
assuming that
go.
we don't get canceled between now and then somehow. Um,
Not on Twitch.
not on Twitch. We did a lot of things that we probably shouldn't have done on Twitch last night. Oh shit. But yeah, so that for Joe fans, that's gotta be a pretty exciting
Yeah.
thing. I can't really think of, like, out of the characters I know, I can't really think of what they could really do at this point for Comic-Con exclusives that they haven't already done in the line, except for be like, we're gonna give you a 6-pack of the Cobra Viper Trooper that you couldn't find at Target.
No, Target's gonna release that next
That's
week.
gonna be the final Target reveal. Is it's a 6-pack, and then you get it, and it's literally just 6 of these, like, in a box. Not even like
Not a
its own
6-pack.
packaging. It's literally just a shipper, and you've got 6 of those in it.
They're just selling off these shippers. They're like, sorry guys, we had more than we thought we did.
Throw back to earlier. You've got Mr. Target just sitting in his living room, like, "What's in all those boxes, dearie?" And she goes over. She's like, "Oh, it's a bunch of those Cobra Vipers that all those mean kids on the internet keep complaining about. Oh, we should. You know what? That their Comic Con is coming up. We should make that a thing. Give them 6 of them. See how much
A
they
bundle.
complain then."
But there's only 6 boxes here.
Well, I guess only 6 people are yet to enjoy it, just like last time. We gotta stay consistent.
I
That is
need
our
someone
target
to animate
demographic.
this. Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Fuck. Oh,
I like
shit.
that our segues are just come from us laughing.
Oh yeah, just moving on. Moving on to a company that knows how to do exclusives right and actually stock shelves. Mattel announced a bunch of their exclusives this week. Starting off for the WWE Ultimates line, we are getting an Ultimate Sergeant Slaughter. And then for Jurassic Park, we are getting the Final Scene Ray Arnold and Raptor 2-pack. Then for Disney, we are getting the Pixar Spotlight Series Up, Kevin and Babies pack. And then last but certainly not least, Hot Wheels, we are getting a Star Wars Darth Vader comic book cover car, followed by the DC Batman first appearance Batmobile. And then they also have listed a Marvel Deadpool birthday scooter. However, there's no pictures of that yet. These will be available on creations.mattel.com on July 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm like lightweight into Hot Wheels. Like, I like it when it's like cool shit. Like, I've got my little Batmobiles, and then I've got the Rick and Morty spaceship, little things like that. So like some of this Comic-Con stuff always gets me because I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And you'd think it'd be the Batmobile that I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. But no, I'm good. I want to know what this Deadpool scooter looks like. Because if it's got a little mini Deadpool on it, just with a birthday hat. I'm gonna be like, fuck, I need it. Where can I get it? Well, I know where I can get it. Creations.mattel.com,
There
but that's
you
not
go. You almost had me. I was like, really? You're into the Darth Vader car?
I mean, the Darth
But
Vader
no,
car is really fucking cool. It almost got me just
yeah.
because the
I thought
artwork
that
on the
over the Batman.
card and then also the car itself just looks so fucking cool. But I don't need it. Like, I don't know what the hell I do
Yeah.
with it.
The Hot Wheels are something I like to dabble in if it's just staying on card anyway. So that kind of makes that one really cool in itself. But yeah, I'm intrigued as well to see what this scooter thing is all about. My imagination's running wild, and
Oh yeah.
clearly, as you can tell in the last segment, my imagination is pretty crazy. So, but what I want to like touch on is this fucking Jurassic Park scene.
Oh, dude,
That's so
right?
cool, so cool. Also, fuck me for just buying.
Well, I think
buying
I think
myself-
the thing that I noticed about it, I don't think this is the 6-inch scale Amber collection.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
if you
actually, yeah,
you
can
look
see
at
the
it,
articulation.
the Raptor doesn't have any like of the articulation, and the figure has really limited articulation too. So I think this is their
I
3 and
see it
3/4 one. So it goes with I think 2 years ago when they did the John Hammond 3 and
That makes
3/4.
sense. That makes
But it's
sense.
still fucking cool, especially considering the box
That's cool.
turns into a little diorama piece.
Nice. Yeah, I noticed the lights in there. That's what I wanted. I just want some lights. That's it. Or you can tell me those are photoshopped.
No, those are
Okay.
probably real, or at least kayfabe. Like they put lights in it for taking these pictures.
Right. It's cool though. I
Yeah.
love stuff like that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, the only thing I'm kind of mad about is, so I didn't add it in here, but they have a picture of it actually like fully packaged, like, you know, with the plastic in there, and they're just like both kind of sitting there like this, like normal. I feel like, you know, they should have packed it like with the arm and the mouth of the raptor or something funny, like, so if you're an inbox collector, you get that like really fun display on your shelf versus, oh, I guess
true.
he's just chilling there with his arm on and the raptor just being like, I'm gonna eat that later.
That's true. I'm surprised for them putting that much effort into like making this the diorama itself that they didn't really kind of think about that. But maybe that's their intentions, is they have you like open it up and get in there. You know, I don't know. Still not cool.
I mean, yeah, all of these are made with the intention of opening. None of these toy companies are like, we're making this for inbox collectors. But I mean, for the people who are inbox collectors, it sucks when you like get something and it's
Super
like,
7
oh,
does a pretty good job at that.
well, they do a good job of making the figures look badass and making the boxes look badass. But I'm talking about like the, you know, 2-packs
Action.
where like, you know, action poses and
I
stuff.
get what you mean. Yeah.
Because like WWE used to do that a lot. Is their 2-packs, they'd always be like in like actiony poses, like they're fighting or something, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Rip.
That's also probably a lot of work for them to package that. It just kind of adds extra. Yeah, so that's fair.
Yeah, which so I understand it.
You being the resident WWF/E fan, because this was WWF when this guy was a thing. Does this do anything for you? This is Ultimate line. This is kind of cool.
I mean,
I remember Sergeant Slater.
It's really fucking cool. I've never been a big Sergeant Slaughter fan, but there's a lot of things like to unpack here. Like, I mean, the package itself, like that you know, carded bubble is very reminiscent of. They used to have these magazine posters that had the same kind of artwork and stuff on them that people collect. And I want to say there was even like an old action figure line, maybe, I don't think it was the Hasbros, it might have been the LGNs, that had a similar artwork as well. Honestly, the thing that gets me most excited for this is that they finally have a mold that has the like strapped like unitard, because that means that there's a chance we can finally get a Kevin Nash in Ultimate form. Because Kevin Nash is probably one of my favorites of all time. So if they've got the torso now, they have zero excuse not to make a Kevin Nash. Because I need him to go next to my Hollywood Hogan, and I think this is our gateway drug to get there. Not to take anything away from Sergeant Slaughter. The figure is badass, and all the stuff it comes with is cool. I wasn't an 80s kid like wrestling fan, like for me it was all about, you know, I was a WCW kid to begin with, so for me it was NWO for life.
Wow, surprising. Oh, I mean, you are young and you don't know the decisions that you make when you're a child are wrong.
Excuse you, WCW changed the industry. Without them, you don't get your Stone Colds or your Rock. So you don't get any of the Fast movies then.
That is a bummer. Don't you take that back. Take that back. I'm a WCW fan. NWO baby for life. Sting.
Sting,
I think was
Sting was in the NWO.
I know a little bit.
Him, Macho, Lex Luger. I mean, the list goes on for days because by the end of it like probably 2/3 of WCW was in NWO, and NWO had split into like two factions. It was black and white and the red and black, and then red and black became the Wolf Pack, and it's
okay.
Got
I think
real
I know more
crazy.
about WCW than I let on. Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that really kind of caught my eye and is dumb. I mean the Kevin thing's interesting.
Yeah, I mean I didn't expect it. It was definitely out of left field. I didn't even know this was a thing. The Spotlight series for Pixar. Like it makes me wonder what else they've made because I
missed?
Yeah, I'm like, what have I missed? Like, did they do like a Wall-E or
same brainwidth right there? That's what I was thinking. Like, please, where's the Wall-E?
Yeah, so I'm like, if they're fucking pulling out Kevin as a Comic-Con exclusive, then I fucking bet my left ass cheek that there's a Wall-E one somewhere in the normal line. In which case we need to hunt that bitch down.
I'm on that.
But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, the colors really pop. It's hilarious that it comes with the little chocolate bar and then the babies. I feel like if they don't have Carl and the kid and Doug, then it's kind of disappointing. It makes me like not like it quite as much because I feel like you got to complete this should be to complete the team, not just jump right into something oblong for your Comic-Con needs.
That's fair. Well, yeah, it's pretty rad.
Yeah,
I said rad a lot.
You have. I mean,
it's cool.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things. if you want to go NWO, it could be like it's too sweet.
I just realized what you said. It's my fault. I got you talking about wrestling.
You did. It's 100% your fault. Luckily, Jason's not here, or we'd never get anywhere. Jesus. Moving on to another company that starts with an M and has random things going up this week. And that is bringing up the rear with Mezco, who has randomly been putting like things on their website to order as we wait for next week for MezCon to start. And first, we got the Baker's Dozen, return of Baker's Dozen. My apologies, because it's the second one, which includes a shotgun, revolver, minigun, assault rifle, handcuffs, sledgehammer, katana, machete, baseball bat, and smoke grenades. This weapons pack is $35 shipping this month and seems to still be fully available as of recording this show. And then the very next day after they put that up, they put up the exclusive 5 points Mothra vs. Godzilla 1964 Mothra and Shobijin twins box set, which is $60 shipping spring of next year. That is also still available at this time. Nate sent me this Mothra thing this morning. Like I woke up to a text from him with it. And I'm just like, I don't do the 5 points line, but man, this is fucking hilarious. Like the fact that they like, that's one of the things that a lot of people will watch the old Godzillas for the first time. Like even if they watched it as a kid, a lot of that stuff doesn't register. And you get to Mothra versus Godzilla, and you get to the weird little twins that like summon Mothra and stuff. And oh man, the reactions you get are just like, what the fuck is going on? Because of course it's all in Japanese, and you've got some subtitles, but it still doesn't really make sense even with the subtitles. And yeah, so like I was like, this is a fucking dope thing to make on Mezco's part. I don't need it. I'm holding out for the Super 7 Ultimates line at this point, like especially $60. I can get like a medium-sized Mothra, or I can wait and probably get a big-ass Mothra from Super 7.
That's fair. That makes sense. $60 though, I mean, is it? Yeah, okay, that's if it's that small. But I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I'm gonna use this analogy. It's kind of like the Appleification of things. Like, well, you already spend a lot of money on this thing, so the other things for this thing is gonna cost a lot too.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. You get it, yeah. But
Sure.
yeah, it's still cool. And this is some of the things that I really love about like San Diego Comic Con, like exclusives. It's just weird shit. Like manufacturer, it's like, well, let's just make this. This will be cool.
So here's the wild thing. Like, I threw these in just because there were things that Mezco did in anticipation for MezCon. These aren't technically their Comic Con exclusives.
This isn't. So this is kind of like leading up to.
Yeah, because their Comic Con exclusives usually ship within a month of the con. This is shipping next year. So this is just something that they're like, they're putting stuff up to get people hyped and to get a bunch of money going before we get to the con. But I felt like since it's, it's the week before MezCon and they're doing this, I feel it was noticeable. And I also like the Return of the Baker's Dozen. Normally I hate these weapon packs because they're pretty lazy. Like, you can tell if the guns, they're just plain, they're just all black. But the fact that they had like the other weapons that are actually have some like, silver or grays in there. The biggest selling point for me was the sledgehammer and the baseball bat. Because the baseball bat, we've only seen with the Pink Skulls Death Brigade they did a few years back, which was a 3-pack, but it was clear and it said Skull Crusher or something like that on it. And it was like, it wasn't quite as cool as having like a silver one. And then the sledgehammer has only come with KG Beast, which was another figure that I didn't want just because I don't care about KG Beast. But even if I did want him, he instantly doubled in price for whatever reason, because apparently people have a bigger boner for KG Beast than I thought. So I got it strictly for like those two things. I mean, $35, I can easily sell someone the other stuff and make back some of that money to make it worth the cost for the sledgehammer and the thing. Plus, I got in before they realized that people could use their points. Because usually they turn off the points for like the exclusives or for like certain things. Really, it's the Wild West. Whatever they feel like it at this point. But I had $19 in points, so it cost me $15 in shipping. So at that point, I can't complain too much.
Yeah, I mean, as we say, points, credit, it's all fake money. So.
First off, not the same thing. If you trade something in for store credit, you still gave them something for it. Me, I earned points because I had spent money with them over time. So my points are no, they are not, because the points
cash back.
That's still different than trading something in, because it's like saying, okay, I've bought a bunch of chickens from you and you're giving me some store credit because I'm a loyal customer, versus I'm giving you a chicken and you're giving me half what it's worth to put towards another chicken.
I have no rebuttal for the chicken argument, and I need a clip of it. Thanks for explaining it to me in chickens.
You're welcome.
I bought a chicken and I'm giving you some money back to buy part of another chicken.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I got you.
You earn discounts for being loyal.
I'm not. I can't. In-store chicken credit.
The sad thing is at this point, and no one's still watching, so all of that gold is just lost on the internet.
I know, that's why I need a clip of that. But the one thing I will say about the accessory pack real quick before we get lost in chickens, I like that it is this supposed to be like sort of like a movie, like marketing for it, because it's kind of
so they try to be gimmicky with stuff. So
yeah,
like the Baker's Dozen last time, I'm pretty sure didn't have any sort of special like marquee or anything like that. Where this time they're like, we have this really cool like background effect that we have from the G.I. Joe figures we've been doing, and we can put it in some Indiana Jones writing and just go full on like 80s hardcore like action like packed, like to get people hyped for it. But it's not like actually like anything.
I thought I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. Because it mentions like the series 2 approved, like the sequel could be. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's essentially just like, oh, we're doing it again, and we didn't want to come up with a new name, so we're just gonna go like full on movie title puns and stuff.
Baker doesn't too.
Yeah, so
that's a fun little way to cap it.
Yeah, I mean it's clever. Whoever came up with it, good on you. I'm not shitting on
Yeah,
it by any means. It's just yeah, it wasn't like oh it's
this was thought out.
this is supposed to be like the Rambo pack or anything. It's like no, it's just like
Yeah,
what accessories they didn't put in the last one that they still have that they can do, because they also did ninja packs and then they and stuff since then. So
I'm not mad at it. Not mad at
yeah, me either, because it gets a bunch of cool accessories. Granted, I have to get it. Like I kind of want to keep also the shotgun, but I'm gonna need to have someone paint it because all black just looks
it.
like
Yeah,
a
it looked a little
cheap.
weird. Looked a little weird.
But yeah, so I'm excited. But that's all we
It's a
got
fun
for you.
one to come back to. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I figure if you're coming back, we might as well do a specialty episode to welcome you back, right?
Yeah, it was good for me. Hopefully, it was good for you all
I
out
mean,
there
it
watching.
was it with all the chickens involved. It was definitely good for me.
You
Um,
know, it's like when you get a chicken, and then you get another chicken, and you get credit towards a chicken, and then now you gotta have a chicken. I felt like you were Charlie explaining something to me. That's what I felt like. It's like with the
man.
rats. Okay.
Oh God. Anyway, that is it for this week's Modern Toy Fair news. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Modern Toy Fair. Jamar, let all the wonderful people who've missed you know about Why Are You a Gamer and why it's gonna be coming back for season 2.
Well, before I do that, I do want to just report back that there was a Pixar Spotlight
Oh
series
no.
for Wall-E, and it is fucking adorable as imagine, but it is not longer on sale, so that's gonna suck for us on eBay. Anyways, Why Are You a Gamer is a podcast because most of us all play some video games in some sort of way, or had played video games, or maybe you are getting into video games and you thought, why do I do this, and why do I spend a lot of money on this habit? And that's exactly what this podcast is for. Is to basically discover why we play video games. It's a one-on-one conversation. It's really fun. Michael was on that in the first season. I don't know what the second season he mentions of, but no, actually, I have been putting together some things now that my child is sleeping all the way through the night like a big boy. To start doing recording again. So definitely stay tuned as always and keep following me on, at Jamar_games and on this show. That's
Yes,
it.
make sure to
That's all I
check
have.
that out. It's always a good time. And if you want to hear more of my voice, you can check me over at the Gimmick Minute Wrestling Podcast, where Jason, Kevin, and myself shoot the shit on what's going on in the wrestling world each week. You can also support us here at Modern Toy Fair by clicking the link below for tbook.com, where we sell shirts with our logos on them and other designs I've worked up in the good old Photoshop machine. As always, please like and subscribe if you want more weekly toy news and reviews. But not only that, leave us a comment below with which exclusives you're excited for and what you intend to try to get next week. And also your predictions of what you think other exclusives are coming out, because we still haven't heard anything from what Mezco or Neca are doing, and I feel like those are the big hitters at this point. If you do enjoy our faces, though, hit the little bell, get notified when our videos go up. There are weekly Modern Monday reviews where I review a new action figure that recently came out. We have Wednesday night weekly purchases, which is a fucking train wreck of excitement. Every Wednesday, live, twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair. You can go back and watch each episode up to 14 days after we go live. And then on Thursdays, I will occasionally throw up a Throwback Thursday review. And of course, then you have Fridays, where we bring you the weekly Modern Toy Fair news. However, if you don't enjoy our faces for some reason, we do have an audio-only version of Modern Toy Fair news available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Powercast, Spotify, and other podcast apps you know and love. Also, stay tuned for the upcoming periodical series we're going to be doing called Toy Therapy. It will be we'll be recording the first episode this month and hopefully get it up before the end of the month, but we'll have to see how that goes. But hopefully we will see you next week, same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to come sit on the couch.